morning, Joy family. Welcome to the Joyful House and welcome to this segment of Crafts of the Heart. Today, we are going to be looking at my Craft of the Heart project number 4, update number 1. So as you know, at this point, I have now made I've actually made 2 adult sweaters using the Joy Stitch. Now, of course, both of those were in the same size, and I do want to eventually test it one more time in a different size for an adult, which will be my size. And then that pattern will be ready to send out to the testers who've already volunteered to do that. But I also wanted to make a mini Joy sweater. And as you were able to see last week, I was finally able to finish creating one in a baby size. I did do 0 to 3 months. And so I wanted to test it one more time in a child sweater, as I shared last week. And so I decided to go about midway because I have so far kind of written the pattern for 0 to 3 months all the way up to 12 years old. And the reason I said kinda is because now I need to try and test it from what I've written on the kind of older end of the child scale. So I've decided that I'd kind of go midway after the 0 to 3 months came out to my satisfaction. I wouldn't say perfection because it's by far not perfect, but to my satisfaction. So now I've decided to try and make it in the 6-year-old size. And if it works out, then I'm confident that the sizes that I have written the pattern for will work. But there again, I have some folks that are willing to be testers to try that out for me. And so I'm excited to see how it works out in someone else's hands. But for now, for project number 4, I am doing this in a child size 6. And since the last one was a baby boy, I decided to do this one in girl colors. Now I probably could have chosen something so it could have been, unisex, but I grabbed some yarn that I had already pulled off the shelf way back when Mr. Joyful and I went to spend our time at the cabin for our anniversary in early fall. And so I haven't put it back on the yarn wall yet. And I thought, well, why not just put it to use? I picked it because I wanted to make something with it. So to me, it's a win-win. But anyway, so I'm just going to do it in a white and a simple pink. So this is what I've been able to get done. As you can see, I haven't finished the round that I was on, but I'm trying to be faithful. If I'm encouraging you guys to only do this for an hour to 2 hours, which many of you, I think, are working on your projects for at least 2 hours, because like me, you're learning that time goes by really, really fast. Now, I am hoping to make better progress on this one than I did, meaning going faster than I did the baby sweater, because with the baby sweater, I was literally having to design the pattern for those smaller sizes. Right now, I'm hoping to just be able to follow the pattern and this come out. But we'll find as we go. That's the whole part of Craft of the Heart, is to make something that you always wanted to make. And in my case, it's not just making it, it's also designing it. So far, I'm very pleased with how it's come out. I feel like that it is, at the moment, going to be an appropriate size for a 6-year-old. But we'll continue to see as we go. And maybe I'll have to do some alterations to the pattern as I go, but I'm hoping not. I'm hoping that we're just good to roll, but we'll see. And I hope that you are excited about being on this journey with me. All right. Well, that kind of wraps up what all I have for today. I am definitely excited to jump into this for my 2 hours next week and keep it going and see what we come up with. All right. I encourage you to join me for this Craft of the Heart journey. And in case you are joining me for the first time today, or maybe you've watched these updates along the way, I want to encourage you to join me. So what exactly is a Craft of the Heart project? It is simply deciding this is a project or this is a pattern I've been wanting to make for a very long time. And my life is busy. I have so many other projects on my hook. I've got so many unfinished objects. That is all okay. Because this is a project that literally you just give yourself an hour to 2 hours every week to work on. That's it. So you're getting to make something you've always wanted to make, but you are only having to give it just a couple of hours, just a little bit of attention every week. And that way you're able to continue working on all your other unfinished objects or keeping up with your busy life or your work schedule or whatever. But this is just a little project, a little me time, if you will, that is very special. And just helping with that mental health. Crochet is known to be a therapy that actually helps with mental health. They've even said that soldiers have actually started taking up crocheting or knitting to literally help with some PTSD, issues. So, yeah, I hope you'll come join me. If you do decide to do this, it is a project that you literally start from the very beginning and then finish it. And what I encourage you to do is when you finish your 1 hour or 2 hours, just take a picture and email it to me, and then I will share it out right here every week, your updates. Whatever you send me, I would share with the channel. The Joy Fam would love to also see what you're doing, but Joy Fam, I encourage you to be one of those that I am showing pictures of your project. All right, so don't just come watch me every week for the updates on my Craft of the Heart. Come join me and share your Craft of the Heart. What is your Craft of the Heart? It doesn't have to be just crocheting. It doesn't have to be knitting. It can be any other craft that brings you joy to your heart. So I'm curious, what is your Craft of the Heart? Send me a picture. Get started and send me a picture. Thank you for joining me today. Be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, make your own joyful creations, be the joy in everything that you do, and remember to hug yourself daily. All right, take a little bit of joy from the Joy House with you, and I'll see you next week.